The rain has finally stopped falling here in Starkville. Welcome to Take 30 News. I'm Dundrea Blanchard.
And I'm Tori Boatner. Forecasters say temperatures will be in the 20s Friday and Saturday morning. The sunshine makes a return for tomorrow into the start of the weekend. More rain chances do move back in Sunday into early next week. Meanwhile, flooding continues to be an issue across the state. With a flash flood watch in central Mississippi this morning, the National Weather Service is predicting rainfall amounts there of 1 to 3 inches and flooding to get worse. Atwood Water Park in Lawrence County was underwater Wednesday due to the massive strength of the Pearl River. A local official says the county has more than 62 miles of the river running through it. That puts homes and businesses at risk when the river hits flood stage. The high water has left some homes accessible only by boat. Roads have also been shut down. One driver ignored the road closure signs and got caught in the flood water.
With recent rainfall, lots of roads look more like small rivers and yards have been underwater.
To help manage runoff, Starkville city leaders have a new way to measure rainfall. Take 30's Drew Gardner explains.
Starkville's weather in 2020 has been one of its rainiest. After a record 90 inches of rainfall last year, climatologists and engineers have found a way to study rain patterns and better prepare for infrastructure collapse in case of rain that was on last year's level.
Here on campus, we've had consistent rainfall over the past week or so. This February has actually been our wettest February on record, and we still have a week and a half to go.
So why is the Starkville Engineering Department collecting rainfall data now? Calculating rainfall isn't just about measuring how much rain Starkville gets within a day, week, or month. It can help calculate runoff as well. Starkville grounds right now are extremely damp and muddy, and this is where measuring helps. Assistant State Climatologist Dr. Chris Furman says measuring rainfall on any scale is critical during rainy years like 2019 and 2020.
Measuring rain more than just once a day or even more than just once an hour, maybe measuring it on scales of minutes so that we can understand how quickly it's falling, and then look at how the infrastructure responds.
So measuring rainfall is a good thing, but how does it work? Measuring the rainfall isn't as simple as just waiting for the rain to fall into a bucket. Civil engineer Cody Burnett says calculating rainfall could lead to new regional detention ponds to help capture some of that runoff.
Looking at designing regional detention ponds for the city that could be used as a skate park or a walking track, so that the idea being people aren't going to use that during the rain.
With these developments, we can minimize runoff, better prepare for rain, and improve city infrastructure. I'm Drew Gardner, Take 30 News.
The rain is currently being measured on the roof at Starkville City Hall.
During a news conference about flooding in Mississippi, the governor says the state has begun moving the remaining prisoners out of a troubled and notorious unit at Parchman Prison. The state has been working on placement for 625 prisoners. Several hundred were transferred after a wave of violence several weeks ago. Those who remain will be transported in the coming weeks. Inmates say Unit 29 is racked by deadly gang violence and describe inhumane and dangerous conditions. A commissioner wrote the facility as and unsafe for staff and inmates because of the age and deterioration of the facility. Reeves said inmates would be sent in small groups to Tallahatchie County Correctional Facility. Restoring the political voice of convicted felons.
A local felon and a senator are keeping a close eye on a bill that they say would do just that.
David Duet is no stranger to second chances. The Columbus native knows what it's like to be followed by the past.
You know, that word felony it'll keep you from getting a job, a good job. It really hinders you.
12 years ago, Duet was arrested for conspiracy to manufacture methamphetamine. This is not a crime that prevents one from voting, but he says he feels for those who have lost their right to vote.
They're living in the world too now. So, their opinion matters too. I know it doesn't to a lot of people because of their past, but, everybody has a checkered past. Nobody's perfect except one person.
Duet supports Mississippi State Senator Angela Turner Ford's bill that could allow convicted felons who serve their sentences an opportunity to vote.
I think it would be monumental to some people.
Fences like these right behind me and handcuffs like this have kept convicted felons restricted. But once these convicted felons serve their sentences, this bill may allow them the opportunity to vote.
Upon their release, I think that that's something that they would want to be able to weigh in on the political process. And there are other individuals who have been out for many years and would like to have the right to vote restored. So I think it would be impactful to them also.
If this bill passes, Duet says he believes it will give people who have done time hope for the future.
It'd be like another step, you know, back into society. Society's, you know, finally giving somebody a felony a chance, you know, a part, you know, gives you positive hope.
And those who've served time like Duet know that this feeling is like none other.
I'm one of the first ones that goes and votes, and I put the sticker on my shirt, and I put it on Facebook. I mean, you know, yeah, I'm proud of it. I'm proud to be able to vote.
Louisiana lawmakers recently passed a similar legislation. As for this bill in Mississippi, it's still in the early stages of review. After the break, we'll take a look at why some local teachers could see a pay raise.
This is the best thing going at Mississippi State right now.
We are doing so many different things that we learned in the classroom that we are now getting to apply that I didn't even think that we would get to apply.
It's really invaluable. People that you meet, the connections that you're going to make are priceless as well.
PRISM is going to prepare you for the future.
You're getting something that most college students don't get in this major.
Just go for it. Like, there's really nothing to lose. You can only go up.
The real world experience is here while also getting the college credit.
There's so many different aspects to it outside of public relations.
We can use anybody's interest and anybody's expertise to really kind of go into public relations, because public relations is really all inclusive.
Don't let the name hold you back from applying, because we do need more people other than public relations.
Welcome back. Mississippi parents, your child's teacher is probably paid less than counterparts in other states.
And many fear that low pay could impact education in the Magnolia State. Take 30's Ariana Robinson joins us now live in the studio with numbers. Ariana?
Thank you, Tori. With salaries averaging as low as $45,000 in Mississippi for teachers in comparison to states such as Louisiana with $51,000 and Alabama and Tennessee both ranging $47,000, is it considered fair that a teacher's salary is so low? I spoke with students and administrators about how they felt about this issue and a proposed law that could bring about some changes.
A lot of people tell me that they're not going to become a teacher because the pay is so low compared to other jobs.
Teacher salaries are on the lower side. State of Mississippi seeing the lowest of teacher salaries out of all states. These students that are interested in going into this field must obtain a bachelor's degree.
Teacher salaries are definitely on the lower end, and we, as teachers, we definitely would like to be paid more and paid for our time and the investment that we've made into kids. However, I also think that there is a value that we get that's not tied to a dollar.
Low teacher salary is concerning for students, teachers, and faculties. Students like Capri Kelly feels that teachers are underpaid for the job that they do.
They don't get paid enough. They do a lot, not just with the kids, but also behind the scenes. So I feel like it's definitely unfair to them because they put in so much time and effort.
Also has been talk about a bill being passed that will increase salaries for teachers up to $1,000 after their first year of teaching.
Definitely welcome any amount of salary increase, but really when you look at it as $1,000 over that year, there was talk even maybe to $1,500. So I think if we could find the money to give them any type of raise, but obviously more than that $1,000, that'd be a great thing to do.
I am Ariana Robertson with Take 30 News. The bill won state Senate approval by unanimous consent, and now the bill is headed to the House.
Teachers and students can also find grants and loan forgiveness programs to help with the cost of their salary. Don't go anywhere. We have more Take 30 right after the break.
Prism is a full-service media marketing agency that students are the ones that do these communication projects for off-site clients.
What excited me about it was that it gave me that real-life PR firm experience.
I really wanted that real-world experience. I wanted to be able to feel like I was working in an environment that was actually like making a difference.
We're not just turning in an assignment, you get a grade and you're done. We have to turn it in, but we also have to see it through to make sure that it's doing how we have expected it to do, to make sure that it's a well representation of our clients.
I can write things down on paper all day, but it's very different when you're actually getting out there and like making those moves.
We get to see our products come to life in a different aspect and seeing them go out into the real world.
This is kind of mirrors that in a way, whereas like students, oh my gosh, students are literally working for clients and they're posting on this person's social media. Like it's like an internship, but it's, at the same time, it's like, this is how it is in the real world.
I love that moment where the things you've been learning in the classroom for the last like 2, 3, 4 years as a student in PR, the moment where it clicks and the moment where you're like, oh, that's why we do that, that's why we learn that, or that's why this makes sense, or that's why this is important, and getting to kind of see that moment or experience that moment for myself where I'm like, okay, that's why this, 20-page research paper I wrote last semester actually matters, and this is how I'm using it.
The most rewarding part about working with a real world client has to be just making connections. And you get to know people, you get to know, high up people.
Every single day is 100% different than the next day, which makes it really fun and dynamic, and it's a really culture of agency lifestyle in itself. You never do the same thing every single day in an agency lifestyle, so we wanted to make sure Prism had that.
If you want to be the person that stands out, on a resume or a job interview or anything like that, when they see Prism, that's what's going to make you stand out.
It's a common drug, but some are worried about the newly discovered side effects. More in our health report.
Bernie Sanders is facing new questions over his health.
I feel very good, thank you.
After suffering a heart attack last fall, Sanders pledged to release his medical records before the primary. In late December, he released 3 letters from doctors who treated him that included a summary of the senator's health and some test results. At Tuesday night's CNN Town Hall, Sanders said that's as far as he plans to go.
Just to be clear, you don't plan to release any more records?
I don't think we will, no.
That after telling CNN this in October, just days after his heart attack.
At the appropriate time, all of our medical records are public, for you or for anybody else who wants to see them.
A Sanders spokeswoman telling CNN today that additional requests for the Vermont senator's medical records are unfair.
And what you're seeing right now is really reminiscent of some of the kind of smear, skepticism campaigns that have been run against a lot of different candidates in the past.
Then going further by distorting Michael Bloomberg's past heart issues.
It's really telling, given that none of the same concern is being demonstrated for Michael Bloomberg, who's the same age as Bernie Sanders, who has suffered heart attacks in the past.
That's not true. Bloomberg underwent a coronary stent replacement in 2000 for a blocked artery, but did not have a heart attack. Bloomberg's campaign firing back, calling the statement a, quote, absolute lie, and saying facts matter. This isn't the way we defeat Donald Trump in November. Sanders' press secretary later tweeting that she misspoke, but the back and forth comes as Bloomberg and Sanders prepare to face off on the debate stage for the first time tonight. Both candidates are 78 and would be the oldest president ever elected to a first term. Bloomberg released a letter from his doctor in December saying he was, quote, in outstanding health with, quote, no medical concerns present or looming that would prevent him from serving as president of the United States. And Sanders' doctor's letter says that he is, quote, in good health currently, and that engaging vigorously in the rigors of your campaign, travel, and other scheduled activities without any limitation.
If you think I'm not in good health, come on out with me on the campaign trail, and I'll let you introduce me to the 3 or 4 rallies a day that we do. How's that?
It's time now to turn things over to Holly Emery with Take 30 Sports. Holly?
An update on your Diamond Dogs and more. Take 30 Sports is next.
I'm Cash Matlock from the Wednesday crew in the fall of 2018.
Learning, growing, becoming. Take 30 News at MSU.
My name is Donovan Andrade. I graduated from a high school in the Middle East. I wanted to find a college that best suits home for me, and I found it here. Out of all of the universities, Mississippi State tops them all. MSU's theater program is unique to me because it's challenging, it's energetic, and it can also make you very open-minded to the world. Theater has its own community where you're never really alone. Everyone around you is family, and it felt like home.
You hear about it most every week in the fall. Some player, somewhere, is fighting for his life after a head injury. Those are the days when the game stops being a game. So I started thinking about armors in nature. For example, rams are protected when they collide. Could that guiding principle be applied to football helmets? We're replicating this process with the hopes of reducing concussions. We're taking strides to save lives. Why do we do this? For the praise? To be esteemed as research pioneers? No, not at all. This is for them, the kids, and making sure the game keeps being a game.
Welcome back to Take 30. I'm Holly Emery. The 2020 baseball season officially started for Mississippi State over the weekend against Wright State. The Bulldogs swept the Raiders with substantial leads in all 3 games. Major players in the games, freshmen and the bullpen. Mississippi State's win on Saturday was made possible by redshirt freshman Christian McLeod striking out 11 batters, only allowing 1 hit and 1 walk in 5 innings he played. Logan Tanner, a true freshman, made his first appearance as a Bulldog and just knocked it out of the park, literally. Tanner ended Game 2 with a home run, 3 hits, and an RBI. A fantastic debut for the freshman. Sunday showed that Canadian pitcher Eric Sarantola is ready to play in the South. With a few tough sliders, Sarantola was able to strike out 8 batters in just 4 innings. Staying on the field, women's softball found success at their invitational tournament over the weekend. Despite the close loss to Tulsa on day 1, the Lady Bulldogs managed to come out with 4 wins, ending second in the tournament. The 4 victories came to the team's ability to hit deep and into space. Fale Lua, Candace Dennis, Mia Davidson all showed us how it's done. All 3 powerhouse hitters had home runs and solid hits deep into the outfield that led the team to victory. But we all know that offense isn't the only thing that wins ball games. Mia Davidson and Grace Fagan showed us that what the infield was made of, with tough tags at the plate and diving flash of the glove off of a tip. The Lady Bulldogs are now ranked number 24 this week in this week's USA Softball ESPN poll. The women's basketball team suffered a devastating loss against another SEC team, the Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky had a strong lead throughout the game, but pushed their lead further when the third quarter came around. The final score in Lexington was 62-73. What does this mean for the women's team? With another game against Auburn tonight at Auburn, fans are worried about the team's ability to play at away games. Coach Vic Schaefer told the media at a press conference after the game that Kentucky simply out-toughed the Bulldogs and that he was addressing the issues. A look at the games ahead. The women's basketball team will be playing against Auburn tonight at 8 p.m. in Auburn. The Diamond Dogs will be at home this weekend against Oregon State starting at 1 p.m. on Friday. And be sure to watch your men's basketball team playing Texas A&M this Saturday at 2:30 p.m. There's a look at your Bulldog teams this week on Take 30. And that's it for sports. Let's toss it back to the desk.
Everyone remembers their favorite teddy bear, the reassuring love of their first puppy. They comforted us and made us laugh. For children battling abusive situations or post-traumatic stress disorder, the memories aren't as pleasant. That's why at Mississippi State University, we're pioneering a robotic technology that brings healing to those exposed to traumatic situations. Known as Therabot, MSU's robotic beagle includes lifelike features that allow it to move in ways that are both natural and nurturing. Its ultimate goal? To bridge the gap between two types of effective therapy, using real animals and their plush counterparts for emotional assistance. At MSU, we're proud to be changing the game in therapeutic recovery. Even prouder to be putting lives back together again.
Have you ever thought about becoming a teacher, but the challenges of life or travel restrictions keep holding you back? Mississippi State can get you there. With our convenient online courses, you can earn a degree in elementary education while learning from MSU professors on a schedule that works for you. And the best part? Graduates enjoy high job placement across the state. So why wait? Take the first step toward a better, more fulfilling career, no matter where you are.
Welcome back to Take 30. What's trending? First, take a look at Chaka Khan's national anthem. Some people said they like it, others said they didn't. And just like Fergie's rendition back in 2018, many are saying Chaka Khan's national anthem will still be remembered by all. One Valentine's Day gift to Stranger Things fans everywhere came this past Friday when the trailer for season 4 made its way to the internet. The trailer seems to answer everyone's only question at the conclusion of season 3, which was, what happened to Jim Hopper? Take a look. Unfortunately, we don't have that clip, but season 4 is expected to premiere sometime later this year. Also trending this week are fan favorites best dressed list from the 40th annual Brit Awards in London this past Tuesday. The internet was buzzing over their favorite celebrities walking the red carpet. Most tweeted about celebs were Lizzo in her stunning Hershey's chocolate wrapper dress with a matching candy bar purse, as well as Harry Styles sporting a monochromatic purple suit. Other celebrities that strutted the red carpet were Billie Eilish, Charlie XCX, and Ellie Goulding. Lastly, trending this week was a garbage man from Mobile, Alabama by the name of Doug Hiker, who won over the judges during this American Idol audition with his incredible rendition of the Rascal Flatts hit, Bless the Broken Road.
Thank you, Tori. Well, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank you, Tori. That's all we have time for tonight. But we thank you for joining us, and thank you so much for watching. And we'll be right back here next week on Take 30. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Take 30 MSU. You can also join us every Wednesday for the live taping at 4 p.m. and also on Thursdays at 4 p.m. We thank you so much for joining us, and if you have any questions, please feel free to look on our website again on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Take 30 News MSU.
Their favorite teddy bear, the reassuring love of their first puppy. They comforted us and made us laugh. For children battling abusive situations or post-traumatic stress disorder, the memories aren't as pleasant. That's why at Mississippi State University, we're pioneering a robotic technology that brings healing to those exposed to traumatic situations. Known as Therabot, MSU's robotic beagle includes lifelike features that allow it to move in ways that are both natural and nurturing. Its ultimate goal? To bridge the gap between two types of effective therapy, using real animals and their plush counterparts for emotional assistance. At MSU, we're proud to be changing the game in therapeutic recovery, even prouder to be putting lives back together again.
Have you ever thought about becoming a teacher, but the challenges of life or travel restrictions keep holding you back? Mississippi State can get you there. With our convenient online courses, you can earn a degree in elementary education while learning from MSU professors on a schedule that works for you. And the best part? Graduates enjoy high job placement across the state. So why wait? Take the first step toward a better, more fulfilling career, no matter where you are.